project is 327 billion, period.
In an exclusive interview with Citizen TV Wednesday, Transport Principal Secretary Nduva Muli said the cost of the railway project is 327 billion shillings and not 1.3 trillion shillings as claimed.
I suspect that the figure of 1.3 trillion comes from the estimated costs that were given for the railway from Mombasa to Kigali. That's where I think that figure is coming from. But and those costs, each country is going to bear their own costs.
But Nandi Hills Member of Parliament, who kicked off a storm over the project, insists that what Kenyans are not being told is the interest they will pay and whether they are getting value for money. Keter says he is ready to give the real facts to the Public Investments Committee that will prove that this was a project initiated by a private Chinese investor and later turned into a public project that is now being used by a few Kenyans to enrich themselves. He says any public project that costs about 500,000 Kenya shillings must be subjected to competitive bidding. But in this case, he says, quote, it is the same company that conducted the feasibility study, did the costing and became the contractor, end quote.
Na mimi nimesimama kidete na sisongi ama kusema ninatetemesha na mtu yote, nitaendelea kusema ukweli.
We have the cost element, the cost assessment from an independent consultant. We are yet to see the contract document. Really, it's not in the interest of the people of Kenya to have this controversy actually continue. This must come to an end.
And this was the explanation of the Transport Principal Secretary.
We have had very, very serious looks into the cost of the project, because remember, China is lending. The possibility, if you inflate the project, then there's no business case for the project. And there's a very important point that I think we are missing, that this project is expected to pay for itself. It's supposed to expected to develop the revenue, generate revenue to pay for itself. The Chinese government have been very, very keen to ensure that actually this project does not require exchequer support to meet the loan repayments.
Meanwhile, the Transport Departmental Committee that is chaired by Starehe Member of Parliament Maina Kamanda claims to be the body with authority to investigate the matter.
It's not a new thing. We want to conclude, as we are not starting. It is something we started some time back, and we want to conclude it.
The Speaker of the National Assembly, Justin Muturi, says that it is the PIC that is in order to investigate the alleged scandal as it deals with issues of investment and procurement. However, he said both reports will be looked at as the transport report could enrich the PIC report.
We have also invited the different players, those individuals in the current regime and those in the last regime actually who participated in the decision making. Amongst them, the two former transport ministers, their two former PSs, the Attorney General, the former Minister for Finance, the current CS Finance and their PSs. So the different individuals, we have a long list.
So it's a big project with big questions, says Keynan. And the committee says it expects to complete investigations by mid next month. For Citizen Live at 9, I'm Alex Chamwada.